Good morning, everybody. This is Patty, the Tinkerer's wife, here at Tinkerer's Paradise in Portland, Oregon, and today we are in the kitchen. I have been out doing what I do naturally, and that is clipping off seed heads of plants and trying to collect them. It is near a compulsion for me. I just have this natural bent towards it, and it can kind of take over your life. So with that said, I want to show you what I've got here and explain a couple things about collecting seeds. And let's call this part one of saving seeds. And this is going to be dry seed. This is not going to be from your tomatoes or any other fruity plant. This is going to be dry seeds. So let's get after it. So here I have my camera set here. Here I have Cerinthe major. This doesn't look anything like the blue honeywort that y'all are used to seeing. This is what it looks like dry. Get some more light in here. We have one of those gray overcast days today. It's 10 o'clock. We haven't seen the sun, and that's fine with me. I actually need a little bit of a jacket when I go outside. I love it when it's like that. Anyway, this is Cerinthe major, or blue honeywort. There's other names for it. It's a good pollinator plant. It's very pretty in the garden. Has blue-green leaves, light blue-green leaves, so it has this really unique look to it. And then the bowing flower heads with little bell-shaped flowers. Really pretty. I highly recommend it. Easy to grow, and it's also easy to save seeds from. Now what I did was I cut off the flower heads that were kind of slowing down, and I set them out to dry just outside on the edge of my raised beds out there. And then when they were dry, I noticed that the plant itself it shattered very easily. These actually have a little more moisture in them than they did the other day, so I'm not as able to show you. But if you can see down here, come on, let's be nice here. There we go. You can see here we've got little black seeds. Now, there's a couple things that'll tell you if these seeds are ripe. First off, if they're that color, and the second is if they release from the plant. If they're not quite ripe, they won't quite release. I had one or two of them. Here's one right here. You can see that one's being held by the plant still. That may be viable, but it's a lot harder to collect that and to be able to clean the seeds. And with regards to saving seeds, it is important that you clean your seeds, because plant material, if they're not completely dry, can mold in storage. It can also harbor eggs of bugs and those kind of things. So it's always best practice to clean your seeds as well as you can. Yeah, that little guy just doesn't want to let go. Okay. Oh, as far as cleaning these, it's pretty easy. These guys, if I shake this around a little bit, the seeds they kind of separate from everything. This also is a very light chaff, so a breeze will blow it away very easily. And then you can pick out any of the heavier pieces or just collect the seeds. There's actually quite a few seeds in here, and this was off of 3 small flower stems. So one plant will produce quite a bit of seeds, and you'll have lots to share with people. It's one of those plants in my garden that people always want to go, oh, what's that? That is so cool. Because it is pretty. Very unusual, excellent plant, Cerinthe major. Another plant which you may be used to seeing like this. This is Lunaria, and this is what's left after the seeds fall. This is part of its seed capsule. It has a sheath on each side. These are the little sheaths right here. You can see them, and they hold, I'm so glad this is still on here. They hold the seeds like that. This seed is probably not, it might be. Yeah, it might be viable. Feels like it's kind of not. Yeah, I also watch seeds to make sure that they're, yeah, that one's good. That they're a good quality seed and not just a brown husk, which can happen with seeds. So when these are, after they're done flowering, this Lunaria will produce this with the sheaths, and you'll be able to see these seeds inside the sheath. And these little seed pods will turn the prettiest celadon green, and I love using them in flower arrangements. So that's a really cool thing. I've also let them dry, and they can take on kind of a purplish cast, which is kind of fun. So you could spray paint them. I mean, you know, get crafty. Anyway, then you've got this left over, and one that's well grown. Oops, I just noticed something. Here you can see seeds that didn't completely form. That's what we end up with right there. Anyhow, when these are well grown, these stems can be quite long and lovely, and they do work really well in dried arrangements. You can also save these and use them if you're a mixed media artist. These work really well. I am using some of these in my encaustic work. Hopefully this summer I'm going to be able to get back to it. I can't believe it's been like a year and a half since I've actually done anything, but we don't have, I don't have a place particular. I do my encaustic work right here on my kitchen counter where I do everything else, and it's not a big space. So, and it's a lot of work to pull everything out. So I'm praying for a studio space. Y'all can be praying that I get a studio space. I'll be able to do a lot, and I'll have a place to do really great videos for you. So anyway, this is Lunaria. This plant grows everywhere, or will grow anywhere here in the Pacific Northwest, except for in super deep shade. It will do bright shade. It will do really dry, crummy areas. It grows out in the hill strip out in my front yard on the other side of my fence, where it gets almost no water all summer. Yeah, so it's a really hardy plant. It is also a plant that has been around for a long, long time, and you'll find that with a lot of plants. That's that the ones that we love so much were actually ones that Grandma liked too. Now the next one I've got here, these are seed heads from Primula verus, or the Cowslip Primrose. Very pretty golden yellow flowers. They bloom about the same time that lady's mantle blooms, and they produce these papery seed capsules, and if you smash them like that, you get a lot of seeds. But these are another one of those that you really need to wait until they're dry and ripe. And Primula seeds, I don't recommend covering them. What I would do is maybe rake up the area where you're going to want to plant them, sow them in a good loamy soil. Yeah, so they're very, very good. They do require water. Mine have lived with little water, but they did not thrive. I do have a pretty good stand of them. Anyway, this, let me show you here. That's the seed I got off of that, and that's without even crushing the plants. I've got a lot more seed here. Now, I don't know about you, but this is such a pretty little flower, and it goes really well in shady areas. I had mine out where it would get sun until almost 1:30 in the afternoon here, and that works out fine. So it'll take full morning sun. I wouldn't put it in afternoon sun though. Yeah, I'm getting all plant nerdy on you here, but you know, if you're going to save seed, or you want some seed like this, which I'm willing to share some of this seed. So I will be setting up something so that I can share this seed with you guys if you want it. Do a little research. Primula verus. Look up on the, and it's just like it sounds, Primula, Primula. And verus is V-E-R-S-U-S, or verus, V-E-R-U-S. It's a really nice little plant, highly recommend it, and easy to save seeds from. A lot of your other primulas are as well. This is one that I've just grown and had great luck with. So check it out. But there's your other seed pod. I'll be doing some other ones, some composite flowers like the daisy group. Sunflowers are in that group. I'll be doing tick seed, which is a little different, has a similar looking flower, but it is different. And then I'll be doing some fruits like tomatoes and peppers, squash, and rose hips. I'll be showing you how to gather those seeds as well and how to clean them, which is really important, especially with things like roses and all of those. It's good to get the material off of them. I haven't really seen a lot of really good videos out there. Maybe I just didn't get the ones, but I want to give you the best information I have. So I hope that you'll hang around for those. I'm going to be doing them over the next month or so. I may add more videos to my week. This is your basic Tuesday video. But yeah, so those are kind of some things that you can look forward to. Also I want to show you this. This is the first time I have ever done this. That, my dear, is a succulent, and that, my dear, are roots in water. We all think succulents like it dry, but I got news for you. Their roots are looking for water just like everybody else's. This one's not doing so good. I'll add some more water up the stem. This one, I'm going to take this out. This is a crazy plant. Oh, looks like it's starting to do something. It's got these really strange looking... Come on, let's go on the stem there. Oh, it's not going to do it. I'm going to have to do it down here. See those white nodules? Is that cool? I don't know what those are. Those might be the beginning of roots. I don't know, but we're putting it back in there. This is another cool succulent. This is the other thing I do is succulents. More roots here. I'm actually going to be paring this down though because now that we've got the garden in the back, I would much rather be doing that. And also I want to remember not to be so distracted by all the wonderful things I can do and do what's best. And part of what I do best is sharing the information that I have, and that's why I wanted to share this with you. Oh, I just saw something here on my counter. See that little flower thing down there? That is lady's mantle. That is one of the spent flowers. And lady's mantle comes up in a spray. I actually have it down here in my compost bucket. Let's see if I gotta bring this up here. And I will just take these sprays and lay them down where I want them in the garden. In this case, I'm going to put them in the compost heap because in the compost heap I can get some seedlings, which is fine from time to time. I love this plant. It's very old. The old nosegays that they used to make back when there was a lot of stench on the roads in town. Nosegays were bouquets that they made so that they would help to cover the fragrance. Anyhow, yeah, so there's that. Now I'm going to take you over here. You're going to see, I don't know if you see that. That's all my art stuff that I have been waiting to get to. Anyhow, I wanted to come over here and show you what I use for my seeds. Now when I'm gathering seeds and I have to clean them, one of these strainers is really great to have. Another thing that's really good to have are these El Cheapo coffee filters. These are from the Dollar Tree, I believe, and they will really help in drying plants out. You can lay plants on them. Another thing I use are coin envelopes. These are the bigger ones. I have some smaller ones that are probably like this wide that I use for events. and I gather these are from a yard sale. These little glassine envelopes work really well, but I would put, I would probably fold them and staple them shut, and then put them in another, or fold them and then put them in another envelope, because they don't really glue very easily. These are a number 3, not a number 3, these are probably number 4 or 5. The number 3 is a good size. And the other thing is, when I've got seed packages that are too big, you know, they're kind of the oversized, some of your beans and stuff like that, and I can divide them up. There, that's a good size. That's a good size for sharing bean seeds and different things like that. But these don't cost very much for a box. They last a long time. Yeah, so that's kind of my seed saving box. I've got my paper pot maker here. Those are worth having if you make paper pots. And then, yeah, so that's kind of some of that stuff there. Little look into the internal workings of my seed saving habit. Oh, here's the little ones. They were right there. Let's take a look at these. I need to sit down. These are the smaller ones. Now you can get these in white. One of the cool things about these is if you're artistic, you can create a little label. You can even do it on your computer. Create labels to put across these. And, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze here. Okay, back to what I was saying. On your labels, when you collect your seed, you've got it dried and you want to put it in the envelope. It's a good idea to put the name you know it as, and if you can, find the Latin name, especially with flowers. This is really important, because how many flowers do you know that people call daisies? Chrysanthemums, all kinds of flowers. Let's see, there's anything. A sunflower has a daisy shape. Asters, some people call them daisies. Oh my goodness. Anything that has a corolla, that round part, and then rays that come out from it, people call a daisy. So knowing which kind of plant really helps, and especially if you're sharing seeds. That way it tells the person, they can look it up and they can find out what the growing requirements are, because some daisies don't grow well in certain kinds of soil, or can take drought, where other ones need the extra water. Yeah, chamomile is another daisy flower. And there's dogweed, which is actually related to Shasta daisies. So yeah, there's a whole bunch. So you can see the difference between that big envelope and this one. This is like 2.5 times the size. But make sure you do a good label on there. Also put the year it was collected. That will let the person know how fresh it is. So when they have it in their collection, they can do that. Because seeds don't last forever. They have water in them. They have moisture inside, and that moisture, I'm trying to do some housekeeping here. I should wait till later. That moisture can be problematic as far as you don't want too much moisture, and you don't want it drying out. And over time, between the moisture and the cells in the plant material itself, they'll degrade. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. So I want to thank you for spending time with me today. I don't know, can you see me? Can you see me now? Anyway, I want to thank you for spending time with me today. Thank you if you're new here. I appreciate you checking out the channel. Everyone, you can help support me in this channel by clicking that like button on your way out. And if you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. Love having to be a part of this community, because that's what I'm doing here, is building a community. And the other thing is if you don't want to miss anything, you can hit that notification bell, and you'll get a notification when I have new material out. And this time of year, it's probably going to happen, because there's a lot to talk about in the garden and other things. I might decide to cook. I've got some cookies I have to make. That's on the list too. And they have rosemary in them. They are very good. So I want to share that with you. And and a few other things. So with that, I'm going to say thanks again. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. I do respond to comments. I oftentimes will give you a good detailed answer if I have the information, or give you a link to where you can find an answer. So with that, I'm going to say this is Patty, the Tinkerer's wife, signing off, and God bless. Have a great week.